This NFL Week 16 recap and Monday Night Football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you use the code SGPN.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers. Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Woo.
Oh.
Kind of a weird gambling Sunday for me, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Well, I did terrible in the props.
Okay.
Generally, did solid on which games to bet on Sunday.
Yeah.
Tremendous day for my Jags. And yeah, if you watch the VC show, for second year running, bring down the pleaser.
Yes. Let's start there. We hit our pleaser, which if you watch the VC show, we give it out there. We also mention it on the pregame show, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Smash that. This is a nice little stocking stuffer. Titans -3.5, which again, I was on the Chiefs, but you and CJ, I think this was CJ's legs talk.
Titans?
Or was that you?
Whoa,
Okay.
please.
Kramer was on the Titans.
Telling everyone the Titans were winning on the money line.
I was on the Chargers, laying the 3.5. That felt very doable. I also had an alt Chargers -6.5 over on Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Traded that at a delicious +340. Wow. And then the Bengals. The Bengals with CJ's leg. That's a nice 25-1. Good way to. And honestly, I was so sidetracked with other bets.
You forgot about it?
I completely forgot about it because in my head I didn't bet on the Chiefs. I picked them on the show, but I was kind of rooting for him. Then Minshew gets knocked out. Turns out he blew out his ACL, and then I was just kind of watching this FCS quarterback, keeping an eye on it, kind of rooting for the Chiefs. And then I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot that it was the leg of the teaser. So that was awesome. Again, more props that we discussed on the pregame show. Hit Justin Herbert anytime touchdown 6-1. That was a nice bink against the hated Dallas Cowboys there. And I did okay prop show. I think it was 2 and 3 on the main props, but Kenny G was playing that sacks while he was climbing up the ladder. It was awesome. He had 78 receiving yards, which I think that topped out at 880. And the one catch in particular was a crazy catch, deep ball. Rodgers threw it to him. He kind of gets tackled. They call pass interference. He catches it, realizes he hasn't been touched, and runs into the end zone. Crazy play for the game. And then adding on to it, Steelers I had on the money line, so that was huge for that. And then Steelers was part of my tail of the tape. Steelers, Chargers, and then it was a round robin with the Browns. Browns obviously lost, but they did get the cover and had a sweat there a little bit. Browns money line, but they're the Browns, so they messed it up. And I see the chat checking in. Great to get the chat in. Of course, you can head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/discord. Raise your hand. Put someone in a locker. So much to get to. Do we start Saturday, right? Well, let's actually real quick, because I always appreciate this. Let's take a quick look at the playoff picture. I feel like we gotta see where we're at here. NFC, AFC, very wide open, Ryan, and of course we'll talk about it in depth. But congrats to your Jags, Duval, doing a nice job there.
Trevor Lawrence MVP down to 30-1.
30-1. And if you want to talk about future award CLV, Tyler Shuck is now down to 4-1. So knock on wood. The Shucklehead.
Who's is T Mac a big favorite now?
Not a big favorite, but he is the favorite.
But minus odds?
I think so, okay. Yeah. So in the AFC, Broncos still are the 1 seed, even with the loss. Pat's the 2 seed now at 12-3. I guess the Broncos have the tiebreaker. Duval, the Jags, sitting there at 3 seed, 11-4. the Steelers 9-6. And again, congrats to Mike Tomlin. Ryan, once again, cashing one of our NFL win total locks over 8.5 wins. This is now 19 straight winning seasons for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
Tradition like none other.
And then Chargers of the 5 seed, nice win over the Cowboys. Bills sitting at the 6 seed, 11-4, still kind of in the mix there. And then Texans sitting at the 7 seed, 10-5, got a little sweat there against the Raiders. Kicking it over to the NFC.
I was just gonna say, and I think worth noting, the only thing of note is if the Colts lose Monday night, everyone basically clinches a playoff spot except for the Steelers, who can clinch a playoff spot with a win next week. So the AFC is kind of sorted out who's going to be in. I think the 7 teams we have right here are the 7 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, barring some sort of, the Colts chances are very slim, and now the Ravens are pretty slim.
Yeah, so the Ravens, I guess, would need the Steelers to lose.
Steelers win next week, it's over.
Yeah. So, but they play each other the last game of the season.
That might not matter to the Steelers,
and the Steelers might be resting their starters against the Ravens. Crazy. So kicking over to the NFC, Seahawks sitting in the catbird seat at 12-3. Bears, the 2 seed, 11-4. Eagles 10-5. The Panthers, the 4 seeded, 8-7, now have a leg up on the Bucks there in the division. Rams sitting at the 5 seed, 11-4. 49ers only 10-4, sitting in the 6 seed. They play tonight, Monday Night Football, and then Packers go Pack go 9-5-1. So this is gonna be super interesting. And the Lions do technically, they're not eliminated. They're in the hunt, but they would need the Packers to lose out, and obviously the Lions to win out. But we'll see. Does Jordan Love play on Saturday?
Per the data, their chances are 2%.
Okay, so longer shot than I would have thought. But
and as far as the Bucks and Panthers, they're basically 50-50. Because it's more than likely to come down to the game week 18 when they play each other in Tampa. So at the end of the day, I think the Panthers are still going to have to beat Tampa in Tampa to get it done.
Ryan, let's go to the Discord line. This was a guy we mentioned on the pregame show. We mentioned Mike Evans' anytime touchdown in his honor.
Yep.
He was still mourning, I'm guessing, the loss. Unfortunately, Dick Puncher, your Green Bay Packers did not get it done. Went out in brutal fashion. I was laughing at all your hate towards special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia. Joining us on the line, Dick Puncher, you're on the Sports Gambling Podcast. How are we doing?
Oh my God. I mean, 24 hours has gone by. There have been games where I've thrown things more than in that one. I've never in my life screamed harder at my television than that. That was unfucking believable. Even as someone who has come on this show time after time after time saying, I know you guys like Rich Bisaccia. I liked him too when he filled in as the head coach.
Yeah, he had a fun little run then. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited when we hired him, and the highest paid special teams coordinator in all of football, and he just fucking murders us over and over and over. You look at all our freaking losses and ties. I mean, except for I'll give you the Eagles game, Sean. Outside of a couple, there were some special teams penalties against us, but that's not why we lost. Other than that loss, you look at the freaking. The Browns lost. We fucking Love gets us into position to hit a field goal at the end to win the game. The field goal gets blocked and ran back almost into field goal range for them, and they win it with a field goal.
Panthers.
And you look at the freaking Cowboys game where they block our extra point and run that back for 2 points.
I mean,
it's unbelievable. Every year, everyone is screaming. I'm not the only Packer fan who hates Rich Bisaccia and there's these stupid freaking defenders who come in for him each time, well, it's not his fault that Romeo Doubs couldn't catch the kick return. Yes, That's true. Dobbs definitely should have freaking caught that. But it's like, whose decision was it to put Dobbs in there? Who taught Dobbs how to be positioned in that situation? What he should be thinking about? What he should be like? And it's just every time. It's not like some random fucking coincidence that it's always the special teams. And it's always in the middle of the season. Brandon McManus got hurt, our kicker, right? We took him out for like a couple games. We then put him back in, and then he did terribly. We took him out for the same injury he had previously been out for, right? And then later brought him back. It's like, why was he in there in the interim? He was clearly not supposed to be out there the whole time. Who made that decision? Anyway, I hate Rich Bisaccia. I hate him with a burning passion. Get him the fuck out of Green Bay. He's a terrorist.
I don't know.
Like
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching the video, but Kramer is just scrolling through your tweets. I think all the likes are coming from me because I know what it's like to be there mentally, and so I'm laughing out of recognition, and it's just all hurl Rich Bisaccia in the sun, throw Rich Bisaccia into Guantanamo at Gambling Podcast. I assure you, me or the Gambling Podcast account like that because it's been I mean, my God,
it was brutal. The only game that has been similar to that in terms of how irate it made me was back in the day, the NFC Championship game where Rodgers was our quarterback and we lost to Russell Wilson.
Oh yes,
because we fucking
onside kick.
In that situation, we gave up a onside kick and we let them double score at the end there, and then they got it first in overtime. But oh my God, and it's to ruin Malik Willis. The last play he had there in overtime, notwithstanding. I mean, Malik Willis played a phenomenal game to come in cold off the bench, and this important, he played so well. And Josh Jacobs with the fumble, which was a freaking killer. But it's just, it was just so brutal. I mean, congrats. I will say congrats to the Bears. As much as we fucked that up and we pissed down our own legs there, even with us doing that, they did have to make the plays at the end there. They did. So I will say kudos to the Bears.
Caleb was dealing late, and I was still mad. I had a first touchdown parlay of Devonta Smith with Kyle Monungai, and then on that 4th down play where they get Ben Johnson gets super cute and they run this Cole Kmet under center, and then they snap it underneath his legs. Oh wait, scroll down because I think Dick is commenting. This is the play that was supposed to be 4th and 1 to Kyle Monungai, who just blows through everyone, and instead they hike it over his head. My God, I would have won like $2,000 on that if he gets in, but so I guess I'm going to speak for you, and Rich Bisaccia is going in the locker there, Dick Puncher.
Absolutely, Rich Bisaccia. I don't know, shove him. I don't even know. Shove him somewhere, wherever the fucking worst place on earth is. Probably somewhere in frickin' the Gaza Strip or something. I don't know where the frick he needs to go. Send him there. That's where he needs to go. And I just also want to say our team is so freaking I'm not making an excuse against the Bears. They won that. It wasn't because of injuries or whatever on our side. Cause I thought actually, if you look at it, Jacobs was the one who fumbled. Malik Willis did great. It wasn't really the backups that screwed it for us.
Yeah.
I feel like it was coaching and Dobbs not getting that thing at the end. And but going forward though, I mean, this week, we've got Love going through concussion protocol. I think he'll be back, but who knows? If he's not, Malik Willis apparently hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, so one of those last
he
plays.
Might be out.
That's going to be interesting.
During that game, at least, we didn't even have an emergency quarterback. They said they asked LaFleur what happens if Malik Willis gets hurt.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know. I guess we'll go to Josh Jacobs.
This is a point that really annoys me because all these teams, they created this rule. If you remember, the 49ers whined their ass off when they didn't have a third quarterback for the NFC Championship game. Meanwhile, these teams now have the option for the third emergency quarterback, and they never take advantage of it. A lot of teams still only have 2 guys, even though you have the emergency spot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
you also look at freaking our other tight end Fitzpatrick got hurt, so now it's only Musgrave. Like in that game, if Musgrave was the only tight end left able to play the position.
Yeah, and now we'll see what happened to Lamar. We'll get to that game, but you guys could be. It could be. It could be Tyler Huntley going for the Ravens. So that's going to be a wild ass game. But Dick Puncher, good to hear from you. Sorry for the loss, although I was on the Bears and that was a fun sweat. But other than that, I feel for you and your shattered chain and Rich. You better hope Rich Bisaccia isn't on Twitter because he's gonna be like, this guy's trying to wants to murder me.
I mean, look, you saw the. I guess probably when you scrolled through, the Rams fired their special teams coordinator.
That was kind of a weird move.
Yeah.
The fact that they, like a lot of people still, even though now the Seahawks are in pole position in that division, still have the Rams to potentially get to the Super Bowl. I mean, that team is firing their special teams coordinator. Like that's a team who knows what everything's on the line. They know what it takes. They're like Packers have to freaking get their head out of their ass. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to get rid of this. He's the highest paid coordinator.
He's like Chip Kelly. It's you can't pay these coordinators too much. They end up sucking. All right, Dick Puncher, good to hear from you. Rich Bisaccia, known terrorist. Let it ride.
First coach that McVay's fired.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Cause mostly they move on to bigger and better jobs
because they know Sean McVay.
Yeah. Joining us on the line real quick to hear the other side of the game. Of course, obviously Bears get the win and the cover 22-16, the one and only Olan, Bears super fan. Olan, you guys finally beat the Packers. That was like your Super Bowl.
We beat them last year.
Well, I guess in a big spot,
but we made the fucking playoff, boys.
Yes. Let's go.
That ending was insane. What makes it even more insane is I was not watching it because I was out celebrating my birthday at a gentleman's establishment with a friend who sent me with 3 girls back to the VIP room. So I did not even realize we won until I came out of there. And it was like, it happened twice, man. It was great. You know what I'm saying? We're in the fucking playoffs. This was supposed to be a rebuild year.
Yeah, you're playing with you're playing with house money.
I don't care. That was Malik Willis. We were without our 2 starting wide receivers. We were not supposed to make the playoffs. We are 11-4. Nobody saw this coming outside of the 52 guys and the 1 coach in that locker room.
He's not including the practice squad guys. Hold on. Now I think it was one of the announcers was kind of comparing the Bears run to the Commanders run last year, where you guys keep. Now I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's like now 6 wins you guys have had when you have been down with 2 minutes or less left in the game. I feel the people of Chicago, their blood pressure already through the roof. I can only imagine what this run is doing to the city of Chicago. But to your point, it kind of feels like the Bears are playing with house money. They're going to be an interesting matchup in the playoffs.
100%. I said it before. I said it the week before we went into the first game against Green Bay. This is a free roll for us. None of us had these kind of expectations. We were not expecting this. We were not expecting this at all. For us to be where we are when you have Caleb in the second year of being an NFL pro, which, let's be honest, the first year was a clusterfuck. And Ben Johnson's a first-year head coach, and this team has just completely reversed it. It's absolutely insane.
No, it's been a wild ride.
Where does Jaden Daniels line up against Caleb Williams and Drake May now?
Well, this is going to be.
The problem is Jaden Daniels is Mr. Glass from Unbreakable.
Look at his class. Bo Nix, 1 seed in the AFC. Drake May competing for 1 seed in AFC. Caleb Williams competing for 1 seed kind of in NFC. Pretty no, I mean last year or earlier when we did this in the year, I gave it to Jaden Daniels because playoff wins to me
matter a lot as a quarterback. But now this whole class, to your point, Ryan, they're set up for some playoff wins. Whether it's Caleb, whether it's Bo Nix, like
not Michael Penix or
Drake May,
not 9.
Well, he's on the outside looking in, but he did technically win another start.
Well, didn't break his hand too, so hopefully he doesn't get soft benched.
I do need to cover 2 things because I know you're getting on, but this is very important. Number 1, can you imagine if the championship rounds are Broncos versus Patriots and Rams versus Bears? You'd have 3 quarterbacks with a combined 6 years experience and 1 with 17.
Yeah, well,
this would solidify that class as one of the greatest of all time. And second, about throwing people in the lockers. I got second place and split the money in the finals of the tattoo league this year. This game, I lost it, and I will be getting a tattoo.
Oh no!
I am thinking.
Oh no!
I am thinking. My team made the playoffs, and all I got was this shitty tattoo.
I like that.
Degen Fantasy Football Loser 2025.
Oh, that's a beautiful tattoo, right?
Where will it go?
Wherever you want it to go, Big Daddy.
Well, you really are getting into Caleb Williams.
that would be great if Bears fans
blows the entire offensive line at the end of each game, as long as we're fucking winning.
If Bears fans just went on, like if the Bears win the Super Bowl, then just all Bears fans are like, yeah, let's go. We love dudes. We love cock. We won the Super Bowl. Like they were just all in.
Fucking pride parade ever.
Yeah. Imagine like the Bears guys
Michael
just
Sam would be on the sideline like, that's what I fought for. That's what I fought for.
Dog
Cam's got a movie hiding so no one sees him, but we really know he wants to be there. Come on.
All right, Olan. Good to hear from you. Congrats on the win.
I'll hit y'all up about the tattoo. I love you guys. Dick Puncher, I still love you, bro, but fuck the Packers. We're in the playoffs, baby. Let's fucking go. And
Let it
also,
ride.
I lost 3 units today, so fuck that.
No.
Oh no.
Love you.
Let it ride.
Just put that in there real quick.
It's like the episode of South Park with the wrestling.
Yeah.
If all the Bears fans are like sipping their wine, talking about Caleb in the third act of the performance today.
Kramer, we got a bunch
Yes.
of really good games to get to. Let's close out Saturday. Eagles get the win in the cover, 29-18 in Washington. Another nice win for the Eagles, of course. First team ever to win back-to-back NFC's championships, dating all the way back to 2004 when the Eagles did it last. Just nice win there. They knocked Marcus Mariota out of the game. Josh Johnson came in. Eagles run game seemed to have a little bit of a pulse there. Passing game looked pretty sharp. Defense getting some plays.
Is Dan Quinn safe? Team's quitting pretty hard on him. We're hearing the reports of guys who are safe.
Very weird.
Dan Quinn not being reported.
Very
as being
weird
safe.
because he was super conservative, like punting when they were down 4 minutes, or they were down multiple scores with 4 minutes, and then they got mad when the Eagles like went for 2 to go up 18 or whatever. It was, and he was like, "Oh, we'll see them later." There were some fights. It was some good NFC's football.
Marcus Mariota. And maybe it didn't matter in the end, but seemed like there was some scrappiness, and then Josh Johnson, and that's that. Also, I think Dan Quinn, like there's a little bit of investigation around what they're doing over there, just shutting it down for the season. He must feel safe.
Well, do you think? What do you mean shutting it down? Oh, like that?
Just the Jay Daniels thing. The
I mean, that
general
comes
vibe
from
of the
ownership,
sideline.
right? Yeah. But it
is. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe
I mean, again, they certainly played much harder than the Raiders the previous week. So I don't like that Raiders team really laid down. Now maybe this because it was a division game.
They're looking ahead to the Texans.
Well, I didn't get a sense, at least guys out on the field quitting, but certainly some of what Dan Quinn's decisions on like when to go for it and stuff was certainly kind of not aggressive at all. And you saw that in the NFC Championship game where he's very aggressive sometimes with like the fake punt, and then ended up like settling for a field goal later on in that drive. So
it's him wearing a backward hat doesn't look natural.
Yeah,
the aggression isn't natural. He's a defensive guy. In the end, all defensive guys want to be conservative. It's the way it works.
No, it is. It's one of those things. All right, so nothing crazy to add. Eagles NFC East as given out on this podcast, -135. Cash that.
Okay.
Kramer, we got some calls over on the Discord line. I'm guessing he wants to talk about his New England Patriots getting the win and the cover.
Maybe.
As they won outright in Baltimore. There, we're joined on the line by the great cousin Mush. Mush, you there?
I am alive.
Your voice, it always sounds like you're hanging on. You're like, I am alive. What a sweat in that game.
I fell asleep. Not gonna lie.
Okay, Pat's got the win and the cover as they were 3-point dogs in Baltimore. Big news: Lamar Jackson. He got hurt and got knocked out of the game, but I think it was a re-aggravation. Just watching that, like he got knee in the back, kind of, but I think he's clearly been dealing with something. All these missed practices. I really think they're hiding something with his injury or health. And so when he got knocked out of the game, and obviously Derrick Henry had a big fumble, and then it seemed like they weren't using him as much post fumble. And he's had a number of big fumbles in big games. If you remember going back to that Bills game, that fumble got the Bills back into this game. So as a Pats fan, how you feeling about pretty big win? Cause the Pats have been sacking up wins against inferior opponents. Now they come into Baltimore as a dog, which I thought was crazy, but how you feeling about your Pats?
And the whole season's surreal. I mean, you remember the phone call in week 3, 4, whatever the hell it was. I was trying to make birdie on the 5th hole or whatever the heck it was. And here we are, December 20, whatever the hell it is, 4 days till Christmas. I mean, I'm semi speechless. I mean, to think we could get the 1 seed somehow, it's insanity. I mean, it's still going to be hard to get the 1 seed because, Denver, that last game of the season will probably be for the division, although maybe not because the Chargers got Houston next week. But I don't know. It's a surreal. I'm excited that the Pats are basically back. They're like, I'm still. Something bad will happen. I mean, it's the typical. You're always scared your team's going to mess it up. I mean,
but also, come on. I can't take this from a Pats fan. You guys won 7 Super Bowls or however many. Brady won 6 for you guys. Wow.
It's a baby.
Oh, we're gonna mess up. Wow. Come on.
I don't know what to say. Like I said, this whole season's surreal, man. Like typically I'd be coming in here. We're back. We ain't gone yet. I don't know what to say. I'm shocked that they keep winning. I can't wait to hear the post game interviews. I can't wait to hear Vrabel tomorrow on WEEI. It's going to be epic going forward, but I'm still shocked.
Now, it is funny to go back and think of week 1 when the New England Patriots the Raiders went into New England and beat the Patriots outright. It just
seems impossible.
It's funny to go back and look at some of these scores.
Seems impossible
from week 1, and you just go, "My God, what is going on here?" Yeah, no.
I mean,
20-13.
I don't know. I mean, and now next week, I mean, they're probably going to crush my heart again next week because, being in the building next Sunday to watch the Raiders play live. I don't understand. Like I'm not betting on the Raiders, and I'll bring all the brown bags for our heads, Ryan, so that it can be the brown bag bowl, but I'm betting against the Raiders. I don't know how the Patriots could have ever in any iteration lost to that team. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see who we're betting on. I mean, with the Kafka game plan today was very suspicious.
The lot to get to there. All right, Cousin Mush, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it.
One last thing. There is no juice large enough to stop Kaime Fairbairn. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean seriously. And someone asks, "Do you like a 2.5 over?" He goes, "My local bookie got on to me, and he's juicing it in the pregame show." He goes, "It's over." He goes, "It's over 2.5 now, plus 150." So
Imagine,
but
imagine you got a local guy and he's worrying about juicing up his guy, Fairbairn.
His fucking sharps are killing me. And Fairbairn did go over. He hit 3 of 3 as always. Kramer, we were watching, and it was like a 54-yarder, and Kramer goes, "It's short," and of course it wasn't. Fairbairn is money, and I look at him, and I go, "I'm not going to tell CJ you doubted him. He would be disappointed."
He probably would. He probably would.
Mush, good to hear from you as always.
all right, boys. Merry Christmas. Let it ride.
Merry
Christmas. Let it ride. Good to hear from cousin Mush. All right,
Mush will be out in Vegas if you are hanging out after the show next week.
Yes, Kramer's going to be out there in Vegas for the Raiders game, VSiN show. Hey, quick reminder, of course, we're brought to you by Kalshi. We were talking about some combos we liked there in Kalshi, Ryan.
Love the combos.
I did a Kalshi combo of I played I traded an alternate number over on Kalshi. The Los Angeles Chargers -6.5, $100 traded me $340. Thank you, Kalshi. It's available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in your account. Hop in there. You guys are going to like it. Obviously, sports, college football, college basketball, and basically any other. If you can think of something, it feels like there's a market on it. Will Bitcoin hit 100K again this year? Economics, climate, politics, all that other wacky stuff you can trade over on Kalshi. And of course, they got touchdowns, first touchdowns. You can do it all over on Kalshi. Use that promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, props, sides, and totals. Rhythm has it all, and of course, you can track your picks in Rhythm for a chance to win $1,000. We've been talking about it all year. It's been a very, very successful tool. Rhythm's wheelhouse really is identifying some player prop unders to get on. Always like them, and one of the player prop unders they like for Monday night's action, Christian McCaffrey under 17.5 rushing attempts, which I test. That was one that I kind of had on my sheet before I opened up the Rhythm app. I saw Rhythm making a case for it, and I like it even more. I think there's a strong case for Christian McCaffrey under 17.5 attempts, and that's a plus money one. You can build your own models there in Rhythm and fire away left and right. And again, if you're going premium, 25% off with the promo code SGPN25. That's RITHMM. Okay, Kramer, we're getting through these games, talking shop. Lot to get to. Bunch of calls here on the Discord line. Let's take another call. Joining us on the line. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
This is Gray Alston. You're on the Sports Gambling Podcast.
What up? Did y'all see the Saints today?
Yes, I did see the Saints today. That was a nice.
Shucklehead playing well.
Yeah, Tyler Shuck. His I mentioned his offensive rookie of the year price is plus down to like
300.
3 to 1, 4 to 1. How are we feeling? Dude. I'm assuming you're a Saints fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Saints fan.
Perfect.
And what's your name? I think you called in before.
Yeah, my name's Gray Alston.
What's up? What's up, Gray? So did you bet on the Saints today?
I did, but I had them in a parlay with the Cowboys, and if I had to put anyone in the locker, it's that Cowboys defense.
Yes. We
also,
tried to tell you, Gray.
Yeah, maybe look in the mirror. Put yourself in the locker for putting the Cowboys in your parlay.
How are you a listener to the show and you're betting on the Cowboys?
That's like getting a prostitute, bringing her home to hang out with your wife. Like incorrect.
Come on.
Incorrect.
Yeah, dude, the Chargers offense hasn't been playing great.
No.
I thought the Cowboys could actually get a win.
Yeah, well, you thought wrong, Gray, because we told you Justin Herbert was going to carve them up, and it was just trying to figure out who was going to eat against that Cowboys defense, because someone was going to. Herbert got that anytime touchdown. Gray, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But
I also want to bet on Novik Patriots over 23.5. That was an easy catch.
Oh wow.
Nice. Novik promo code SGPN. Good work there, Gray.
No, not nice. I don't love it. I'm just realizing how that Patriots win really screwed over my excitement over Trevor MVP. Liam Cohen, coach of the year.
Oh yeah. That unfortunately was a bad swing for those markets.
Oh yeah, it was a couple bad swings today. We didn't even talk about the first half parlay earlier. My God. I'll save it for the Tampa game.
Okay. First time touchdown plus, I think it was plus 500. That was the good play.
Who's that?
Derrick Henry, first touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna play that.
5-1's a little. I only chase big dogs, not Derrick Henry. There, 5-1 though was a good hit if you're on it.
Yeah,
Gray, your audio connection's not amazing, but I'm gonna let you go here. Okay,
I'm talking through my speaker right now.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait, how does that work? How do you talk through your speaker?
Where are you?
I'm talking through my phone, which is the speakerphone.
Oh,
okay. You're on speakerphone. All right.
Got it.
Well, good to hear from you, Gray.
Congrats to your Saints. Enjoy your Shuck.
Well, let's win these next 2 games and get Tyler Shuck Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's go, baby.
I agree. All
right. Let it ride, Gray.
All right.
All right. It's a little hard to hear Gray there. Hopefully the audience enjoyed him as much as I did. Well, let's while we're on here, because we got back-to-back Saints fans, let's knock this game out here. We got the New Orleans Saints get the win and the cover 29-6 against your New York Jets, Ryan. It was not super pretty at times, but they were moving the ball pretty well, and Brady Cook just isn't it? Joining us on the line, Ian, also a noted Saints fan. How you doing, Ian?
Yeah, just build the statue. Just build it. Just build it. I've seen enough. Drew Brees has been reincarnated, and we are back. Just wait till these measly few months go by. It's September 2026. It's again.
He did. Tyler Shuck
back in, man. I'm a shucklehead. I'm shucking off, man. This guy is for freaking real, dude. And Sean, put that freaking plus 200 or whatever it was, 201 ticket. You can frame that right in the SGPN office, dude. That's
I will.
Like a motherfucker, man.
I'll print it out and I'll frame it. That's gonna be fun,
dude. Wow. I mean, I know it's the Jets, but here's my thing.
Yeah.
When you're a good quarterback and when you're supposed to smash teams, you do. Like that's the sign of good quarterback. Smash! You pummel the teams you're supposed to. And Shuck just said, you know what? It's over, man. So yeah, shout out the Saints, dude. Anyways, I have to talk about something.
Sure.
Go into that Sunday night football game. John Harbaugh is doing a speed run of how to get fired. How do you have Keaton Mitchell on that last drive instead of Derrick Henry, dude? I mean, I'm a little biased because I have fantasy reasons. I wanted Derrick in there, but like seriously, that's ridiculous, is it not?
No, and I agree, Chris. And as a guy who was on the Pats and the points, I was loving it. I don't want to see Derrick Henry. He's breathing life into this offense. Now, granted, he had that earlier fumble, but he made good by getting into the end zone. And Chris Collinsworth was even saying like the Patriots are super stoked that Derrick Henry is not out there.
Seemed odd.
Yeah, right? There's weird dynamics going on there. The play calling, whatever. I think it's going to come out that there's some sort of injury thing going on beyond maybe what was happening. Well, all the missed practices seemed like something is going on.
They've lied on the injury report before.
Yes, remember earlier on in the season, where Lamar, that whole thing, all this stuff. There's been tons of injury weirdness with Lamar. I tell you, he's not 100. He was not 100% going in
Wednesday.
Yeah, because he's clearly, I don't know if it's a back or like a rib thing or something.
They lied about him being healthy when he was on the practice squad.
Yeah, he got a full practice and it was as
scout team.
But then it didn't matter. Tyler Huntley, who's not a bad backup and had some decent plays, but yeah, the play calling was very weird and I think they kind of bailed out the Pats. Like you want to talk about Vrabel, like that fake punt was super cute. The Ravens, you had this game. You had, even with Lamar out, you had this game, and this Ravens team is not right defensively. Lamar,
yeah, 100%. I'm gonna say, hey, Kramer, I know it's not Colby's strong suit, but more questions than answers. Maybe get in that Baltimore Ravens facility.
I mean, there is certainly like a vibe thing that's clear. Like even just, I don't know if you saw the Harbaugh acknowledging the mistake looked very like he was lying. It just seems like
or Harbaugh acknowledging the injury it had. So, like he's like very politician-esque.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well, it kind of reminds me a little bit. Now it's not as bad as it got there with times that last year with Andy Reid, but it does feel like Harbaugh may realize he needs a change of scenery. I think Lamar might need a new voice. I don't like. How are they going to get over the hump the way they're doing things right now? And they're not going to. Their odds. They're outside looking in the playoffs right now.
They were. Do you remember how people were talking about how that you just throw the Ravens in your parlay with your other team? Just boost your parlay division with the Ravens.
Who's going to win that division? Joe Burrow. They don't have a defense. Steelers. Oh man, I'm so close to that Steelers ticket. I can smell it, Ryan. Knock on wood.
Oh, that's cashing, man.
Steelers, I don't know. The Steelers. The Steelers lose
to the Browns. That is
the
true.
The Steelers lose the games they're supposed to win, which is scary if you look at their 2 remaining games. Because maybe they don't even need to win another game, because if the Packers beat the Ravens, then the Steelers win the division. So it doesn't matter if they somehow get upset by the Browns.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be prime time. We got Snoop Huntley versus Malik Willis.
Well, Malik Willis is banged up too. Like it's gonna get weird here. This is what's fun about. I feel like the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, where people are figuring out who's actually good, and then these last couple of weeks where people are stuck in their middle, power rankings of how they had these teams. They don't realize either a team like the Saints is ascending, or B, a team like the Ravens are crashing down, whatever it is. Like there's a shift there these last few weeks where you can get an edge on the market.
So crazy nugget, bringing it back to the Saints. Sean, do you remember in the team preview when we were quite low on them, worried that they often try to win a little too hard for a bad team, which was accurate. But I definitely did. You might have joined me on this. Let me see if you had the same win prediction. You were a little higher on them, but we all agreed that they were going to win the Panthers game in week 15 and the Jets game in week 16. I should have listened to myself.
This is funny going back, and I had them under.
My favorite is when Kramer, you're like, "Yep, I'm marking that on the calendar for like 8 months in advance."
I didn't do enough calendar marking with the Saints. I should have. I should have said bet all the money on the Saints versus the Jets.
They beat the Saints. They beat the Panthers twice. I only thought they'd beat them once. I had them going 4-13, but now Tyler Shucks has breathed a new life in this team, and Kellen Moore has shown why he was a sexy head coaching candidate for a long time. So,
it's also like if we want to win games now, because it's like, okay, we have the quarterback now. We really of course we care about the draft, but it's not about getting a better draft pick. It's about like, hey, let's take some momentum into this next year. Let's get some wins. Let's get the morale kind of going. I mean, if you have your quarterback, that's it.
I'll share something with you about a culture win. They're useless.
No,
I'm just saying, like these wins at the end of the season.
I don't know.
Like you can talk yourself into it. I don't generally think it matters much at all. I think the more important thing is that they found their quarterbacks, which what would you make the odds on him being the quarterback week 1 of next year now?
A minus 15,000.
Okay.
I'd bet my house on that.
Okay.
Tyler Shuck, man, my 6 jersey's on the way, dude. I'm getting one.
He's earned it.
Dude, you got to win like 5 games for us to be like, yep, all right, you're the reincarnation of Breeze. Let's go.
I want to run it back. Like, was it just like lies? How did he not beat out Spencer Rattler?
Well, I think he did need a little bit of an adjustment period.
Smart. Give him some time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, also with Rattler, like he did kind of show a little bit of promise. I think Kellen was trying to be kind of a player's coach in terms of like, hey, this guy was here last year. He did, for what he had, he did do kind of a decent, like relatively decent job. Let's give him the shot. And I'm sure Shuck actually, I mean, a lot of the beat reporters see like Nick Underhill. I'm sure you guys know them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were all saying that Shuck was struggling pretty early on, and it was just going to be kind of like a process. But I will say that having a 6'5" quarterback is really nice.
Yeah.
I'm so used to the quarterbacks being like 5'11", like Breeze, Rattler.
Well, it allows you to do certain things. And I also, I mean, the quiet thing that's happening is the defense is doing really, really
yes,
well.
defense,
oh my gosh, dude. Brandon Staley higher the freaking year. It looked kind of rough at first,
Crazy.
but
no, he does strike me in hindsight just a classic coordinator, not head coach.
But will he? Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they're playing really well.
I think you're in a good spot because his head coaching tenure went so bad that like the stink on him is pretty good. So you don't have to worry about losing him to a head coach.
And the bar in the division is
very open. We'll get to the Panthers. We'll get to the Bucs.
I was about to say, don't even let me get started on that Buccaneers loss today. That was almost better than the Saints win.
All right, let's get to that. Ian, thank you for calling in, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Who dat, baby? Let's go.
Who dat? Let it ride.
Who knew we had so many Saints fans?
Yeah, well, it's back to back. All right, we got a bunch of games to talk about. Buffalo Bills get the win, don't get the cover, 23-10 against the Cleveland Browns. This was just a classic. Bills kind of let down a little bit. They were playing with their food. Browns. I mean, if Judkins doesn't get hurt, it was annoying as someone who had the Browns money line in that crazy parlay. There were moments where I'm like, oh man, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And then you're just like, it's the Browns. They're going to fuck this up. And they kind of always did. There was some injury stuff, but I think, losing Judkins was brutal because he's just so fun to watch. Shador hit his over rushing yards, and I was considering laddering. I'm annoyed at myself I didn't. He went for 49 rush yards. James Cook still had an awesome game. I mean, Kramer, I know that's why you like the Bills, is that you thought the Browns kind of slowly lost their ability to stop their run, which was true for, I feel like, most of the game. They randomly got some stops late. They got some. It was a very weird game. Shador had 2 picks. One wasn't his fault. I thought Shador, for the most part, his pocket presence is pretty strong. He keeps his eyes downfield. Is he rough around the edges and makes some mistakes? Yeah, but considering he was playing with an entire backup offensive line, I think if I'm the Browns, I let Shador compete for the job and see what he does as far as like growing in the offseason.
I mean, it's just the bad plays are bad. I thought Josh Allen was Josh Allen,
12 of 19, 130 yards, and rushing 7 of 17.
And like that sack, that's almost safety he took.
Yeah,
where he was saved by the fact that I don't know if you saw this, Sean, but they declared him giving himself up.
Oh, okay. Because I watching it live,
he was giving himself.
He was kind of going down. I don't know. The whole thing was.
He
weird.
Slipped. He clearly slips like that. That was an that's like a Patrick Mahomes level call for Josh Allen there. I don't know, man. It's like this Bills team is going to be very hard to bet against in the postseason because Josh Allen's on the team, but they're also going to be very hard to bet on.
That defense is pretty soft
because the defense is really. I mean, Shador has looked good against really bad defenses, and against pretty good defenses or better, he's not looked good. And so,
but I mean, again, he's a typical rookie.
No, I'm not throwing. That's not meant to throw shade at Shador.
Yeah,
it's meant to say that Buffalo is on the same level as the Titans. Yeah, not the Chicago Bears in terms of defense.
No, and it's certainly weird times in Buffalo, and Josh Allen back to like 14-1 for the MVP market.
Yeah, but back to that playoff picture. Like right now, it's Bills at Jags. What are you doing, Sean? Bills laying 3 points in Jacksonville?
Oh man. Well, that Jags defense on the road looked amazing. Here, why don't we jump to that game? The Jacksonville Jaguars, Ryan, win and cover as dogs 34-20 in Denver. Woo. Felt like, I think I was kind of more impressed with the Jags offense because we've seen this Broncos defense be pretty good for the most part. Trevor Lawrence was extremely composed. There was only like 1 or 2 Trevor throws where like, what are you doing, man?
A couple of times I had to tell
there was a couple, but,
settle down.
It was a very interesting experience. This was the hardest I've seen Ryan cheer for a game this season. Any teams.
I had a lot of money on the game.
Well, no, but I'm saying any teams, Giants, whatever. This is the most you're invested in a game.
It's not true
emotionally. I can't think of another. True. What was a big game you were more interested
earlier in the season? Jackson Dart versus the Eagles.
No,
Jackson Dart.
No, because win. you were like you were afraid to buy in. You were like cautious. You were locked in. Kramer's just like off off to the side, just muttering himself, going, "Oh, that's what you do, Trevor. That's what you do, Trevor. Yeah, keep doing that, Trevor."
MVP candidate. Trevor Lawrence.
You can't hit Trevor like that. You can't hit Trevor like that. Any of those roughing the passer penalties. Also,
what a performance.
In general, NFL, we don't care about offensive pass interference. We don't care about body weight. Like these calls, and we'll get to it when we talk Lions, Steelers. Those offensive pass. I mean, again, I was on the Steelers, so I'm biased, but like the OPIs that they called were what they've consistently been called. But I don't think those should be calls in the game. And for the most part, like the pick plays, I feel like just kind of let them go a little bit. The stuff's getting over fishy. But getting back to the Jags, huge win for the Jags. Huge win for Liam Cohen, offensive or coach of the year. The problem is he's going up against Vrabel and Ben Johnson. There's like 4 guys that are all 3-1 right now, right, Ryan? What are the coach of the year odds?
I think it's even crazier than that because Shanahan is also being so Vrabel after the win is now plus 240. Mike McDonald plus 250. Kyle Shanahan plus 350. Ben Johnson plus 360. Liam Cohen plus 850. Now, a lot of that is because of the horrible outcome in the Ravens Patriots game that made their path to the number 1 seed much more difficult.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit about that. But I mean, you look at where the teams were last year from a win perspective. The Jags were as low as any of these teams. Obviously, the Patriots are a similar case. And at the end of the day, Vrabel's probably the sexier pick. He's the one man in coaching that people like his grimace. Oh, look at the way he's looking. Look at the way he's giving the shitty look to the refs. It's like, wait, what? You like that when he does it? So I think Vrabel probably has to be overcome. And I now don't think they need to be the 1 seed at all.
Oh,
like Vrabel does not need to be the 1 seed to get this. Now, I think
if the Jags are the 1 seed, that's the only path to it. I think.
I don't know if they can be the 1 seed now because they are a game behind the Patriots, and so the path to the 1 seed, had the Pats just lost this fucking game, they would be tied / behind the Jags now.
And as Olan pointing out, Ben Johnson, coach of the year. I mean, that's been a crazy turnaround.
But how many wins did they have last year?
Right. And that's usually the formula, but also
Liam Cohen's turning around an 8-9 win turnaround here.
Yeah, I agree. When's the last time the Bears made the playoffs though?
Yeah, no, well, Kyle Shanahan being it, like he's probably deserved it in some years he hasn't won it. This is not that year.
Well, the case for Kyle Shanahan was their crazy injuries.
And what if they end up with the 1 seed?
Yeah, no, it's gonna.
To me, Mike McDonald's the guy you got crossed off the list, even if they get the 1 seed.
Yeah, no, it's
Sam Darnold. I mean, he just wins more than 12 games. First, you see that Sam Darnold, first guy in NFL history to win 12 games or more, back-to-back seasons with 2 teams.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and kind of just shows you the Vikings are crazy to get rid of him. Speaking of the Vikings, they get the win. We graded it as a push, but over at Circa where I bet it was a 2.5, so that was a win for me. Vikings 16, New York Giants 13. This was a very ugly game, even by Giants standards. Ben Flores has faced. I got this via Kramer centric on X. Brian Flores has faced the Giants 3 times in the last 5 years as a Dolphins head coach and as a Vikings defensive coordinator in 2024 and 2025. He has allowed 0 offensive touchdowns in those 12.
He's quite
quarters.
Angry with the organization.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to piss this dude off. He is checking names.
All because Bill Belichick texted the wrong Brian about the Giants job.
The fact that he messed up the text, and that was where Jordan got in. I'll handle your text from here on out.
That's a great point.
Now, this was a very odd. I mean, this is not a Giants team that's playing to win games. They did not let Jackson Dart throw the football
or run the ball.
Now the positive sign is that hopefully we can move past the concussion stuff because he got hit twice, helmet to helmet, 0 concussion checks.
There there is still plenty of talk amongst the Giants beat about the spotters and if they did a bad job not flagging one of them. It's like the Giants beat likes the concussion talk.
Oh, so they do. So the Giants local guys are pro. He should be going to the 10.
Trolls, like the trolls are like they realize it's great context and it enrages people, and they're just like, should the spotters have sent him into the blue tent after this?
Jackson Dart. Now this is crazy, right? Played the entire game, only attempted 13 passes. This is
not crazy. This is a
33 passing yards.
This is a rookie having a bet. Well, one drops. Like they take away all the excuses. Offensive line, Andrew Thomas getting hurt.
Yeah,
I think Jackson Dart's entitled to have a horrible rookie season game against Brian Flores. That I'm okay. Like that, I said that coming into the game. It's a Brian Flores against a rookie game. It's why I was on the Vikings. And the one thing I will say, if Joe Shane thought that firing Brian Dable was going to show ownership that the roster's good and it was just the head coach that was causing the problems, that things have taken a bad turn since Brian Dable was fired. Not saying Brian Dable,
but Joe Shane was allowed to fire Brian Dable.
Well, in theory, right? Ownership fired him, whatever. But if the idea was that this was going to help shine a light on Joe Shane in the front office, it has done quite the opposite, including a lefty kicker who somehow that didn't turn into a disaster.
And your only touchdown was a defensive touchdown off of 9.
Should have had 2 defensive touchdowns. They called them bogus offsides on Abdul Carter, who had another good game, by the way.
He did. Wasn't busy watching porno at the facility.
Well, again, that's not a real story.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It made him very mad as a devout religious man.
Really?
Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah, I think it probably just because it got back to his parents.
Well,
there was a story about it got back to his parents, and
was that also reported by Wes Steinberg, fake Twitter account? No. Now on the Vikings side, JJ had some nice throws, and then he got injured.
That sack he took where he
showed no awareness. Abdul Carter lighted him up.
It was Brian Burns.
Oh, Brian Burns. Sorry,
but I mean that kind of to me sums up his career so far, where you can't not see that. You can't not be aware of that. Now, the right tackle, he didn't block anyone on the play. It was a bad look for him. But now the other thing I will but yeah, if Joe Shane thought he would have any sort of grace by getting rid of Dable, making him the bad guy, things have only gotten much worse. And I will say this: while running the ball a lot is a good game plan against Brian Flores' defense, I don't know what
they're not playing to win, and I'm not even saying that to be a troll or whatever.
Oh no, I don't know what I said to you while we were. The game plan made no sense, and maybe you can convince me ownership is worried about Jackson Dart or some bullshit like that. But this is not. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're doing. Now maybe you catch a couple of those passes. The result of this game could very much be different. And in the past, these Giants teams, they win games like this to stumble out of the pick to maybe get Drake May or something like that. But I'll be live in attendance for the Mendoza Bowl, I guess, as people are calling it.
Oh, really? Nice. Is he going to be the number 1 pick?
Here's what I love about NFL fans that don't watch college football, which is most of them. The way they just eat up the next guy.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, there's no good quarterbacks. Like, none of the quarterbacks in this draft are on the same level as any of the quarterbacks drafted over the last 2 years, maybe 3 years.
And obviously that Drake May year, that class is looking pretty good.
But just in general, everyone's talking about Mendoza, like he's a can't miss prospect because he's a fucking nerd. That's what it's about. They like that he's a nerd. They like that he's passionate.
No, I mean, I think they're just falling for, hey, he's helped take this Indiana team and got him into the college football playoff, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, to me, it's very clear it's Kurt Signetti, and he deserves all the credit for it.
He talks,
or the majority of it.
He talks about. I mean, how
Mendoza's playing good, but
he doesn't recruit potential. He recruits production, and unfortunately, in the NFL, the majority of the quarterbacks that make it had the potential.
Yeah.
So good luck. But yeah, if you're going to be at the game in Vegas, hit me up. I'll be there hanging out.
Did tickets drop in price due to this game?
You want to hear a funny story? So yes, I made the call. I had it was a little bit of friction with the wife at first because it was like, why don't we have tickets yet? I'm like, just trust me. I'm just there's a chance that both of these teams are going in a direction where the game might be more available. So it works out. We have a very kind of had a very strange request from the wife on where to sit, so we got everything taken care of. Perfect. Now during this time, I had been going back and forth with the suite sales department because there was a version of this where they have these little like 4-seat suites in the stadium that I was looking at, but also just maybe you get a suite. There's enough people, whatever. So. I take a screenshot of the tickets and I'm like, hey man, here's what the tickets were back in August. It was because I had taken a screenshot back then. I take the screenshot today. I'm like, these prices, I mean, we're looking at, 300, 400, 500% cheaper. Are you guys doing anything about the suite prices? Which by the way, 12-person suite. So a suite with 8 seats, 4 bar stools, you get 12 tickets. No food and beverage included. Retail, $13,000. I go back and forth with this guy. He makes it seem like after I send these screenshots, you make a good point. Maybe we can work something out. He comes back. I can give it to you for $10,000. That's not a good discount. I just said 500%. You give me a 20% discount. Come on. So didn't get the suite.
No suite.
Didn't get the suite. I'm going to be, if those suites are all empty, I'm going to, cause I even told the guy, I'm like, well, here's what I'm willing to offer you. And
what'd you offer him? 5K?
I offered him 5K, but I also wanted some food and beverage included. I mean, that seems fair.
In Vegas, everything's a negotiation.
Yeah.
So.
And that
maybe I'll get an email the night before. Mr. Kramer.
They're gonna have empty suites. I'm confident
sure.
of that.
Cincinnati Bengals get the win in the cover 45-21 against the Miami Dolphins. As we mentioned on the pregame show, on our pick show, Quinn Ewers
he went over his yards though, Sean.
He did. Okay. I wasn't really tracking his.
He had like 250.
Yeah.
A lot of it was dump off shit, but man, how
Waller seemed like he was getting his.
Was that not the easiest bet of the year?
No,
we had it in the pleaser.
Yes,
I locked it up.
You did. I played it over on Kalshi. There was a 3.5 this morning that I hammered. Joe Burrow 25 of 32, 309, 4 TDs. Jamar Chase 9 of 109. They just it was. I mean,
they announced
it was what a lot of people thought was going to happen.
The pre-game dump this week, or in general, these end of the season pre-game news dumps from the various pre-game shows always include this coach is safe, this coach is not safe type stuff. Mike McDaniel being safe. Are they going to try to win a game the rest of the year? They're just going to get their I mean, they're going to play Quinn Ewers. They're not going to change that, even though he looked like. What do you think the chances are they don't play Quinn Ewers next week? Now, if he's already announced he's the starter, I missed that.
No, yeah. I mean, there was some moments, but again, he didn't look ready in preseason.
His deep throws looked horrible.
Yeah,
for the most part, they floated. They were.
I mean, again, he threw for 250. Like he had a couple nice throws to Waller.
I got to look up the yak now.
And Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback,
he had a couple throws where I go, oh, holy shit, he completed that. But for the most part, they were few and far between. But again, he's making his first NFL start. They're preparing him on a short week. That was one of the reasons I highlighted. Like the guy has never played in the NFL, and you're coming off a Monday night game. So you have,
and the backup was confused as to why he wasn't starting.
Yes, so the vibes were really bad. I'm not super high on Quinn Ewers as a prospect, but off to a rough start there. Bengals roll.
150 yards of yak. So
okay.
Makes the 250 a little less impressive.
I mean, Achin had some nice runs, but
yak from a receiver is a quarterback stat. Yak from a running back is not a quarterback.
Tua is not going to be the quarterback next year. They leaked that information out, but that's no surprise.
I guess. Where does he end up? Minnesota.
Somewhere.
Ooh. That would be a rehab.
Kevin O'Connell would love that. Kevin O'Connell.
Normally, you go from Minnesota to Florida for the rehab.
Tua would love that too. It's nice and warm in this dome.
And Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
Tua having to go to Chicago and Green Bay.
Carolina Panthers, Ryan, get the win and the cover. 3-point home dogs against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker Mayfield did not feel dangerous. My premonition that Mitchell Evans would get a touchdown, my dream, did not get a touchdown. He did have a very good game by Mitchell Evans standards. He got banged up there a little bit. Seemed like they were using him
multiple catches.
He tied for his 4th highest receiving yards game ever, Ryan.
Oh man, it's coming.
I get just watching Bryce Young. There's so many plays where you watch him, you're like, he's so tiny. How is this working?
It's coming.
But to me, this was just Ted McMillan did have a good game, helped his offensive rookie of the year case. This Bucks defense sucks. Baker is not right. He did get a touchdown to Mike Evans, but I don't know, man. Like it was bad vibes against Atlanta. There's just they've lost a lot of their confidence, and really, I mean, say what you will about the offense, but really to me, it's the defense. The defense is they're just not making plays. To me, it's just that simple.
The end of the first half sums it up. Again, if you tailed the first half parlay, rest in peace. We're sweating all these games and we're looking good. We're in 4-point game. We have the money line. We can give up the field goal. They're on the 25. 30, whatever it was. You can play soft defense here. You can acknowledge that T-Mac is a stud. And what do? They leave Dean on an island and he just looks just horrible.
Yeah.
Touchdown. They score basically as the clock hits 0. First half parlay is cooked. And honestly, that was the game changer right there. That changed the game.
Swung.
I mean, is it coaching? What I mean, it's still going to come down to the week 18 game, I think, but I don't get it. There's too many times where Baker just looks like things are too frantic, and which is Baker, but man, he had to do a lot of running in that game.
Yeah. And Baker Mayfield running yards was on my short list. Didn't make the final.
He looked
card.
fast though. He was moving.
Well, he had to. Again, they're out of sorts, man. They have a bunch of weapons. And I think Vita Vea not being 100% is just crushing them.
Panthers hosting the Rams. What are you doing in that one? We've already seen this game. The Rams lost.
Did the Panthers win or lose the game before? So we can actually figure this out. So the Panthers won this week. Then next week
they'll have to have won the game in week 18.
Yeah, probably. So they unless Tampa Bay loses this coming week, right? Because then wouldn't they lock it up?
Yeah. Well, maybe if they win.
So they won this week against the Bucks. Next week they play Seattle at home. They're going to lose that because they just won. Then they're going to be coming off the loss at Tampa Bay. They're going to win that game, and then they're going to lose in the playoffs. Write this down, people. Panthers lose at home against the Seahawks. Not surprising. Panthers win at the Bucks as a slight dog. And then Panthers get destroyed round 1 in the playoffs.
Rams laying.
It's a very simple formula: win, loss, win, loss. They even had a seesaw graphic on Fox.
Rams laying 7 in Carolina.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Yeah, 7.5 maybe.
Make it interesting. Tennessee Titans get to win the cover 26-9.
Told you.
Well, RIP Gardner Minshew blew out his ACL. That certainly was.
Mattered.
I mean, the quarterback that came in for Gardner Minshew, and I don't even know. We didn't have the audio on that game, so I have no idea still how to pronounce his name. Chris Oladokin, 11-16, 111, but he looked really bad.
He looked like he came from the FCS.
But I thought they had a pulse with Minshew in there.
It was a faint pulse.
It was not clear that the Titans were going to win that game, and I thought the
Titans played hard.
I thought the Chiefs kind of played hard. I just think their offense completely fell apart once Gardner Minshew blew out his ACL.
I mean, the pleaser leg came home. That's all. That's all.
Again, I'm not complaining, but I would have. as someone who was on the Chiefs picks, and I'm glad I didn't bet it because I didn't feel great about laying points with them, but still better than certainly than being on the Titans there. But now, congrats to your Titans, Ryan. Definitely going to fade them next week. Love fading the Titans off a win.
Who do they have next week?
I think do they have the Saints, or is that the week after?
Could be next week.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're hosting the Saints.
Oh,
it's gonna be a great game.
So you don't think they're gonna go on a little winning streak here? Two rookie quarterbacks going head to head here. Cam Ward versus Tyler Shuck.
Will be interesting. Los Angeles Chargers get the win in the cover. 2-point dogs in Dallas. They win outright 34-17. Should have locked this up instead of maybe the Broncos there. This was easy money. I mean, this Cowboys defense is just so bad.
It was sweaty. It got sweaty a little bit.
Yeah, the first half it was competitive.
They sorted it out.
But then the second half they win 13-0. Like it was, going into the halftime they were up 21-17. Then Cowboys offense just didn't score again. It was like clearly like the Chargers defense just needed to figure a couple things out. Dak did some good stat padding. George Pickens for your fantasy people, 7-130 and a touchdown. So I'm sure he was happy, but in the second half, they really weren't in that game. Quentin Johnson was the guy we should have had in the ladders, Ryan. He went for 104. And Justin Herbert got the rushing touchdown for me. That was big.
Keenan Allen got over his yards as
he did 544.
Nothing crazy.
Lab McConkey, Rondé Gadsden was the loser for me. He did not have a long catch. I thought everyone was going to eat, and for the most part they did. But Gadsden only had one catch for 7 yards. Disley was the guy who got 3 of 28. So I don't know why they went to Disley more there, but either way, Chargers cruise, nice win. Atlanta Falcons, Ryan, was our fifth entry in the Circa Millions. We went 5-0 in the Circa card. Shout out to us. Falcons get the win, the cover 26-19. This was a fun little back and forth. Bijan Robinson, again, on my short list of potential stuff, but like his numbers were so high, but obviously he just killed him against this.
He scares other professional athletes with his speed to where he can just like run at them and they freeze.
Well, and should have just played his total yards. I think that's what hung me up was like, is it going to be on the ground? It's going to be in the air. 17-76 on the ground for Bijan, 7-92 in the air. Kyle Pitts got back into the end zone, 7-57.
Gold jacket loading.
I mean, it is. You are white knuckling betting on Kirk Cousins though, because multiple fourth and 1 situations.
He's loving life.
He turns around and hands it off to the wrong guy, and they fumble. And
he's loving life right now.
Is
back with the boys. Have flights home after wins. Michael Penix sucks.
Elijah Higgins had a big game for the Cardinals.
That's what they do. They rack up yards.
But this was weird. They couldn't. Since they were playing the Falcons, they couldn't get to their ideal garbage time because the game was somewhat competitive. So they never really fully went off. But 26-19. Another awesome game and crazy ending. We haven't even gotten to this game. One of the crazier ones on the slate, especially in the afternoon. 29-24 Steelers get the win and the cover. My money line dog cashes, part of my round robin. Steelers were catching 7 in Detroit. This was a back and forth game. There was obviously the Kenny Gainwell, like I said, it cashed on that ladder as well. He had 5 of 78 receiving, but Jaylen Warren broke off multiple big runs.
God.
I mean, Jaylen Warren rushing ladder, 14 of 143 and 2 touchdowns against this Lions defense. And that was really why I like the Steelers. Just this Lions defense is decimated. Once they lost Branch, they just cannot stop anyone. But on the other side, Steelers couldn't ice the game. They hit the crossbar there on a field goal late, and then Lions are down 5. They're driving. Jared Goof is running the 2-minute drill. Coming down third. They score a touchdown. I go to grab the ticket. I'm putting it in the shredder. Oh no! Whistle. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna shred this ticket yet. Oh, it's OPI. Oh, they'll get it on the next play. Don't get it on the next play. Tesla jumped up for a pass. He had it in his hands, fell out of his hands. And then on the final play of the game, it was 4th down. they throw a completion. I think it was to Amon-Ra, who did shove off again. I'm fine with no calling stuff, but they called a bunch of bullshit on the Steelers as well. Like horrible roughing.
You have to call that kind of offensive.
So he shoved off, catches the ball. He's getting tackled. While he's getting tackled, he laterals it to Jared Goff, who runs into the end zone and scores.
One of the more athletic plays I've ever seen Jared Goff make.
Well, Jared Goff has now had 2 anytime touchdowns, including my first touchdown that got called back on penalty. This is another Jared Goff touchdown that now I guess because time had run out and you don't get an extra play, obviously an offensive penalty doesn't extend the game. The game was over, but the ref. So they were talking about this for a long time, trying to sort this whole out. It's like 2 minutes. Fans are going nuts. Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers are like in this weird embrace. And then the ref comes up to the mic and he goes, "The ruling on the field is a touchdown. However, there was offensive pass interference. And then the game is over." And a lot of Lions fans were cheering because they know the game is over. And then he had to like clarify. And the Steelers won 29-25. Whatever it was just.
I saw that.
It was. I would have lost my mind if I was a Lions fan. This is, and I feel for the people of Detroit. Those we're buddies with Derek and of course Chris over there at the Circa, who are just massive Detroit sports fans. They're great sports fans. Our buddy Easy, right? You feel for the guy. Like you could not lose this game in a more painful fashion. And the fact that Jared Goff actually got it in the end zone, watching it live, I was celebrating because they had stopped Amon-Ra, and I guess maybe there wasn't a whistle, but like his forward progress was 100%
was stopped. He was like gone back a couple yards.
Yeah, the game should have been over in my mind on that play because I thought he was stopped. And then he laterals it, and then you see these flags coming out. It's like 2 minutes where I'm just holding this ticket, not knowing what to do.
Also, why?
It's kind of awesome.
If you're the ref, why include that detail about the touchdown being scored?
It was a touchdown.
You're trolling the whole building.
Start by saying the game is over, 29-24, Steelers win.
Yeah, he really went. He went about it a very strange way.
Yeah.
Hopefully that ref got out of there safe.
No, man, that was just a wild ass game.
And now I was digging around. The percentages are such that the Lions are basically out.
Yeah, you said 2%. In my mind, it's not as simple as just the Lions winning 2 games and Packers losing 2 games.
It is, but let's see then, because I think.
So Packers are at home against the Ravens, on the road against the Vikings.
Yeah, so that wouldn't indicate 2%. Now
Lions are
the Packers have to the Packers have to lose out. The Lions have to win out,
and nothing else.
I don't know how anything else would have to occur.
Okay, because that to me is that should be way higher than 2%, especially if you factor in that that Jordan Love might not be starting. Lions have a quick game. They're playing on Christmas Day, Thursday, at the Vikings with JJ McCarthy possibly not being able to play with his hand.
Could be a Brosmer game.
So and then they would have extra rest going up against the Bears, who may already have the 2 seed locked up.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So I'm seeing some places have 5%, but even that would be, you would think.
So what are their betting odds to make the playoffs? Because I feel like it's got to be higher than 2%. Like if we're actually getting 50-1 for the Lions to make the playoffs, I think that's actually kind of a good bet.
You think there's a chance?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, again, sir, I think there's more of a chance than 2%. Like look at this at Vikings. Can they win that game? Yes,
of course.
At the Bears, can they win that game? Especially if the Bears might not need that game. 100%, right? And then on the other side, Packers schedule at home against the Ravens. There's so many. It's a Saturday game.
Is Lamar playing?
If you get Lamar against against whoever.
Cam Newton, I'm seeing the chat saying he was offended he didn't get called by the Colts.
Ravens at Packers. That's a very losable game for the Packers. And then Packers at Vikings, last game of the season. We see these all the times where a division game where the team just has to win and get in. The Lions were great for that, where they've knocked people out before in that situation. I mean, certainly I would make the Packers favorite in that spot, but again, if we're getting crazy odds on that, it might be. Let's see if we can. Okay, yeah, here we go. Packers are minus 4,500 to make the playoffs. Lions, Ryan, what would you make the Lions?
Well, so we're saying that they have to. They play the. Who do they have left? The Lions finish with the Bears.
Yes.
Well, I know. I'm thinking about the math here. So I mean, it doesn't seem like
at Vikings Thursday night, at Bears the following.
Yeah,
Sunday.
it doesn't seem them winning the 2 games is probably like a 5-1.
Okay, so but then you have to do the other side with the Packers losing both games.
Yeah, so the Packers losing both games. Let's just say it's the same thing.
Okay,
so 25-1, 25-30-1.
Yeah, I would. Lions are 16-1, which that to me is not 2%, right? That's
no.
I mean, what would the actual price on 2% be?
20 or no, it would be like
50 or
49
right? Yeah. So that's what I was saying. If we were actually going to get what 2% odds would be priced at, I'm interested. But 16-1, I don't know. That's not really that appealing because it does feel like that Packers game.
Well, the Lions are likely to be playing for a 1 seed. So I mean, they're
the who?
The Bears. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Bears might be in the mix for the 1 seed. You're right. In my mind, it's just going to be the NFC West winner. But you're right; they're certainly in the mix for that as well. All right, last game we haven't talked about. Not much to talk about. Texans get the win, 23-21.
Some 3 people in Circa Million or Circa Survivor
got a sweat of their life.
Got a hell of a sweat there.
Yeah.
What was that? The Texans needed that. Like, I mean, that was their life. So I don't know if the Raiders randomly played. I mean, GT had a game,
and
finally.
I had that stat, that trend or whatever of teams coming off the shutout. I ignored it because I just didn't want to be on the Raiders in any way. But I think that was just, and again, to me, the Eagles were a much more talented team, but there was like an effort missing in that Raiders game against the Eagles. This, at least they had a good effort. GT got 2 touchdowns. Geno doesn't.
They scored some points. That was a big difference.
I mean, no, it felt like there was a pulse, and certainly having Geno over Kenny Pickett, that was better. Texans offense seemed a little out of sorts, but I think this was just a playing down to your opponent. I mean, Texans are kind of like the Bills or the Broncos, where they play down to their opponent, and Broncos for the most part play up to their opponent. Although obviously they got their ass kicked by the Jags there. So. Kramer, let's kick it over to our Monday night props, including Ryan Kramer's first touchdowns. Before we do, of course, shout out to Novig. That's right, Novig available in a bunch of states. Use our promo code SGPN. Spend $5, get $50 in Novig action. Just one of our callers was just talking about using Novig. Again, these sports prediction markets, you're getting great prices. Fire up an odds screen. I guarantee you. There are some numbers that you're going to see listed under Novig that you're like, oh man, I got to have a Novig account. Use that promo code SGPN. Again, available in a bunch of states. If it's available in your state and you're not using it, you're missing out. Go to Novig and use that promo code SGPN. All right, Kramer, let's talk some props. We'll give out an underdog entry here. Weird slate here for props, but I'm here for it. What do you like, Kramer? What's your first prop?
I mean, we were discussing this earlier, and you mentioned the price, and didn't make much sense to me. I'm fully invested in the idea that Philip Rivers press is ridiculous.
I like the story of Philip Rivers. I am on the Colts +6, but I'm also on Philip Rivers to throw a pick.
-117 at Novig right now.
Great price. Promo code SGPN. Yeah, I think he can make all the reads, but there's just some throws he's going to try and make, and he doesn't have the arm strength for. So he's good for 1 pick a game. I think it's crazy that his number is shorter than Brock Purdy.
It just seems which that is very crazy. It just seems like everyone's like, yep, nope, it's fine. Look at him. He's great. This makes a lot of sense. I also think they're not in the playoffs anymore for all practical purposes. Like they're very much a long shot, and so I don't know. It just seems like the Rossini report about how he's won over the whole building. Like, I mean, I worked with I had a boss once who said if the first thing you say about someone is they're a nice guy, they suck at their job. I think Phillip Rivers is a nice guy at the Colts building.
I think there's a way they can hang around in this game, but I also think they can throw an interception. Kramer, we got to go back. We forgot to talk about DK Metcalf getting into it with that fan. If you watch the one view, it looked like he was kind of taking a swing at him. There's another view where it's like he's kind of going up to grab something. Now, apparently, they tracked down the someone from the Detroit Free Press tracked down the fan that got involved with them. This is great. When they asked him what his name was, when he initially asked what his name was, the fan said, "My name is biggest Detroit Lions fan ever." And that I got attacked by DeKalen Zacharias Metcalf. So I guess DK doesn't like his full name or something. I think that was what according to the fan. Now who knows? This guy could be totally bullshitting. Could have said a bunch of other crazy stuff. But according to him, it was because he was calling him DeKalen, and that really got him mad. There was a hilarious image of DK Metcalf on the sideline, and he's got like that pacifier mouth thing going. He's just like he looks like Maggie from The Simpsons. He was just eating the shit out of that pacifier.
So a couple things to say here. One, in general, and hopefully I'm sure the NFL will react to this stupidly, but in general, I think if you're gonna fuck with if you're gonna fuck with someone that you wouldn't fuck with if they were standing in front of your face in an alleyway, then that's it. We're gonna move on. You got taught a lesson. Two, I mean, this isn't quite the Malice in the Palace, but what are you doing talking of all the guys that talk shit to? DK Metcalf would destroy you.
Yeah. He seems kind of crazy. But it does remind me of like my dad when he would mess with animals at the zoo. And
okay, so if you reach into the lion cage and the lion bites your hand, I mean,
it was just a classic.
Like that's your fault.
It was just a classic fuck around and find out, and those guys found out. Ryan, I sent you an image on Slack, and someone in the chat is requesting the. He put together an awesome image. We should have showed this. This is courtesy of Jordan Love's Sucks Island, and I think him and his brother, they both DM'd me. The one guy's name username is Big Boo, and it's a photo of
Big
Gronk.
Boo?
Yeah, and it's a photo of Gronk.
Mika and Big Boo.
And the other brother's nickname is Jordan Love Sucks Island. So you gotta love these guys. And they worked up a little AI image. This is Kramer and CJ cruising in the Jag-Wagon.
We need to,
This is youtube.com/sportsgaming podcast. You gotta just go on for this. The look on Kramer's face.
Did AI adjust my face a little bit?
Yeah, the AI does that a little bit.
Yeah.
Kramer looks like he's got a little makeup on or something.
It's just it's the Trevor Lawrence headband hair.
It's the glow.
It really I mean it does pop. Although I don't like that we're in London or somewhere where they drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah, I did notice.
Two.
Well, you're a London
fuck
Jags.
Am I a chauffeur driving CJ around?
The expression on CJ's face. Oh,
I don't drive the Jag-Wagon. I sit in the front fucking seat. So someone else should be driving it. We need a chauffeur for the. Maybe we get Nate Collins in there. I see he's been pumping the Jags on social.
Yeah, love the jagging off.
I mean, look, this is Trevor. If you want to know the number one reason why Liam Cohen has an X factor in the Coach of the Year, it's like being the complete reason as to why Trevor Lawrence is taking his career to the next level.
Trevor Lawrence.
He was a can't miss prospect that has been consistently missing in his career until Liam Cohen shows up, and Baker Mayfield's demise.
Yeah,
without Liam Cohen.
Lots of.
This is a nice picture. That the one thing I will say AI got right is that is the kind of car a Jag wagon would be. Some sort of oversized SUV, maybe or one of those gator boats. Those
looks like those Hummers back in the day.
Yeah, real Hummer.
We're both on Philip Rivers INT at -120. I will also give out, even though I am on the Colts, George Kittle over 66.5 receiving yards. 5 games in a row he's gone over this. Colts 5th most receiving yards allowed to the tight end. We were talking about this, so I don't know if you're also on this one, Ryan, but it does seem like a big Kittle game.
I will be betting it for the card though. I'm going to take the anytime touchdown. He's okay. He's also been on a bit of a touchdown heater. Scored 5 in his last 4 games. So
here's another one.
Plus 130 for the anytime touchdown for George Kittle.
Here's another one I like, and I think the guys over on the Propcast also are on it. Shout out to Rosenberg and Reichel over on the Propcast. Check them out.
Be careful; they were a little cold this week.
Oh, that's
cold, a little cold.
He did reached out personally and apologized for losers. Which means we keep a tight ship here, Ryan. Christian McCaffrey under 59.5 rushing yards. Rhythm likes his under attempts. I like both. I think they attack the Colts through the air via. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, he's been doing most of his damage on the receiving game, or in the receiving game in general. He also was slightly banged up last game. They don't mind letting Bijan run a little bit. Bijan could break off not Bijan. Brian Robinson could have some carries. He's good for about 10 a game. I think in general this game isn't going to have a ton of plays. So Christian McCaffrey under 59.5 rushing yards, and Rhythm likes his under attempts as well. So I think both are good. I'll go with the yards.
So when you say that, you think the Colts are going to be able to run the rock then? A
little bit. I think there's going to be some long, methodical, drawn out drives that settle for field goals.
Okay. I
think this is like a 21-18. Wow, that was pretty close to what the actual score was in the last Colts game. But I think the Colts are going to be super up for this game. I think you're going to be a little surprised about the juice in this building.
Okay. Brock Purdy's rushing totals 11.5 yards. Give me the over. He's coming off a 7 for 44 game. I certainly think the best part of the Colts defense is the defensive line. And I think Ricky Pearsall not being out there, we'll see what the offense looks like overall, but his legs are clearly part of the gimmick. I keep getting fed that shot. They turn the football into like the inverse image so you can't see who it is. And they'll show you like the silhouette of the player and like, who is that? And I keep getting the one that is Brock Purdy. It's a really nice play, looking athletic. Yeah, he's just going to run the ball. 11.5 rushing yards. They still. What do you think? If you had to guess, Sean, what do you think their chances are to get the 1 seed?
10%,
20%.
Really?
Yeah, wild.
Well, also the math is a little different because they have 3 games.
Correct.
And I think the Colts are going to hang around to just be in a non-conference road favorite with some bigger games up. There's always. What has been the game that Kyle Shanahan's Niners have blown so far this season?
But they're crescendoing, Sean. They're my crescendo team.
Now I had a similar handicap for them at the Browns, and the Browns tried to give them a little bit of a game. They totally shit on the bed, like muff punts and stuff like that. They're just not a non-conference road favorite. They're always going to mess up some of these games.
You're right.
They have one. Shanahan is good for 1 egg a game, 1 egg a year that they lay.
But they're crescendoing, Sean.
But they haven't laid their egg yet. They got to get the egg out of the way.
That might be true.
All right, more props for me. So those are my 3 main ones. Are Christian McCaffrey under 59.5 rushing yards, Philip Rivers interception, George Kittle over 66.5 receiving yards. I will also add Kyle Juszczyk over 7.5 receiving yards, simply because Kyle Shanahan likes to get cute. It's prime time. He's got to show you how smart he is, and what's smarter than getting Kyle Juszczyk a 9-yard catch.
I was about to share with you. There's 2 guys, and I'll use them as well. But there's 2 guys that definitely showed up in the press conferences this week, and both from Shanahan and Kubiak, Sky Moore and Kyle Juszczyk. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see any Sky Moore stuff. Saw the Juszczyk, like it. Don't like it. Love it. first touchdown?
Yeah, let's put together a quick Underdog entry, Ryan.
Okay.
Before we do that,
Okay.
what do you like over on Underdog? And of course, go to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code SGPN. Love me some Underdog, and they're really hooking you up for the holidays. Let's see. Today is December
21st, maybe 22nd, probably when you're.
So if you're
listening.
watching live on December 21st, still time for the Josh Allen site-wide gimme pick. Or sorry, that probably ended. On the 22nd, Jahmyr Gibbs site-wide gimme pick. So something to look forward to. Make sure you check that out. I think that runs until the Christmas game on December 25th. So,
makes sense.
And honestly, just open up. If you haven't opened up your Underdog app in a while, open it up. If you're new, good time to get in because they're tossing boosts left and right. I got bonus funds. I don't know what's going on over here, Ryan, but there's a lot of my stocking is stuffed with boosts. George Kittle, do we want to just start with his higher receiving yards?
Yeah,
they have it 68.5. I'm fine with that. What else you like here on the Colts side?
I just play the Rivers INT. If I'm gonna play anyone in the passing game, it's Josh Downs. I think it's the right combination of how you attack the Niners with what we saw Phillip Rivers do well, with the type of scheme the Niners are gonna play. Like to me, if we had to isolate a player, it's Josh Downs. But I think why not play I assume Rivers interceptions available.
Okay, let's see. I would guess so. They're usually pretty good at.
Yep, I see it, and there's no negative spice.
Wow.
What?
So Phillip Rivers to throw an INT and George Kittle to get higher 68.5 receiving yards, $100 entry returns you $300 over on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SGPN. Ryan, that
is a great entry, by the way, that we just created.
I agree.
How is Phillip Rivers straight up to throw an interception?
Yeah, that's crazy. I also, while you were talking, I wandered off on my own and added in a George Kittle and Mo Alley Cox higher receiving touchdown, Ryan. So that's a little private stock for me. That one's like a 30-1.
What were you doing that you were looking at Mo Alley Cox? Sean? That's the question.
I was looking at route participation. Again, reminder: head over to Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. All right, Kramer, let's close it out here with some first TDs, DGen only. What are you doing? Ryan Kramer's first touchdowns. What do you like, Kramer?
Well, yep. These are my first touchdowns, and yeah, I think starting off, Kyle Juszczyk plus 4250 over at Novig.
Really? Okay.
If you're new to the program, you may not have been around when I perfectly predicted Kyle Juszczyk to have the first catch in the Super Bowl, 30-1, very nice win. Maybe I'll have to repost that video in honor of this being a standalone game. Number 2, give me the defense, 40-1. Phillip Rivers is back there. I think he could potentially allow even the Niners pass rush to look good. Brock Purdy, 27-1,
yeah,
is my third pick, and I did throw one Colt in there.
Okay,
and I considered going all Niners and having Sky Moore in there, but I said no. Let me Josh Downs. I think the way that Phillip Rivers is going to have success, it's going to be, if anything, to Josh Downs. He's 30-1. So Juszczyk 4250, San Francisco defense 40-1, Brock Purdy 27-1, Josh Downs 30-1.
Okay.
Any questions?
No. For me, I'm doing a 3-1 build here. Brock Purdy 27-1. I'm going to copy your Josh Downs 30-1. I'm going to toss in Amir Abdullah. He was the leading receiver for the Colts, and I was going to look to play Jonathan Taylor receiving yards again. They like basically doubled his total from last week. They're on to us that he's going to check down, but Amir Abdullah getting some easy completions. He had 5 last game. Him getting some easy check down stuff that he breaks somehow, I think is totally in the realm of possibility there. 33-1. And like I said, old guys, they stick together. Who's an old massive target? Couldn't you just picture Phillip Rivers backpedaling, chucking it up? Ryan, if you had to look just by pure physical traits. Who is the one tight end that reminds you of Antonio Gates in this game?
Is the answer Mo Alley Cox?
It is.
Okay.
I mean, come on. This is Mo Alley Cox. He must have played basketball, right?
He did play basketball.
Yeah. Isn't that always anytime Antonio Gates, former basketball player? Can you just see Phillip Rivers getting blitz and just tossing up a prayer and Mo Alley Cox big ass pulling it down the ball?
Where did he play? You know this.
San Diego State.
Think East Coast.
Virginia.
Think Moneyline Mac. Right state.
West Virginia.
Right? No. VCU.
VCU.
I'm thinking Richmond. He likes to.
Mo Alley Cox is 100-1. And that's my DGen only play as well. Mo Alley Cox and the Colts money line 41-1.
I will say I was shocked to find out how concentrated Phillip Rivers targets went. He basically threw the ball to Pittman, Pierce, Warren, and Downs in terms of receivers. So I know Mo Alley Cox was out there for a couple routes, and he got that hospital ball thrown to him.
Yeah,
which was it was technically a red zone target. I think he was at the 10-yard line. So I don't hate it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a Mo Alley Cox fan.
So what's your DGen only, right?
Well, degenerate. Some will tell me that this is being lazy.
Okay.
Kyle Juszczyk 2 touchdowns +1 2 5 0 0.
All right, there you go.
And I will probably. I'm probably also going to be betting the Niners defense to score 2 touchdowns as well, which is also 120.
That sounds like a lean. Is that a play or a lean?
I'm gonna bet on it. I already have the single anytime.
So is that you're giving that as a pick?
Yeah, but it's not my DGen play is Kyle Juszczyk. I'm just giving a bonus private stock.
Okay. Hey, coming up.
You don't like picks?
No, I do.
Okay.
It felt like you were saying. I'm probably going to be betting this. I'm thinking of this.
No, don't get me started with your burners in the comments.
What do you mean?
Go to transcripts and find.
No,
people can't listen to the show.
It's just sometimes they want it clarified what your actual pick is. Here's our schedule for Christmas week. We're going to be back tomorrow doing a special afternoon show with our buddy CJ, breaking down the Christmas Day props, or Thursday, Friday, whatever's available. That's going to be live on YouTube at 4:00. Then Monday night, we're going to be talking college football playoff and the bowl games. Tuesday, early edition of the NFL picks because of the holiday, and then we got the pregame and postgame show over on Sunday. So looking forward to the week of shows. Hopefully everyone has a good Christmas, whatever other holidays you're celebrating. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Smash the 5 stars over on Spotify, answering all questions and comments over on Spotify. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the Money Greenies, Ryan.
Hello, Phillip Rivers.
Kramer, let it ride.
I'm wet. I want better fucking execution.